Join us as we journey with the champions of tabletop into a world of procrastinating, one where nothing really gets done, and one where they focus on other topics that have nothing to do with board games. In fact, they are doing everything they can to avoid the real work at hand, while they get lost in conversation about nothing at all. Warning, is not suitable for young children. Harsh language runs crazy in this video as it's just three guys trying to do everything but work. Remember, you were warned.
Fair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
Because one of the trips I really debated on was there was a trip to New Zealand.
Oh, I would love to do that. But I think
the kids are too young.
Yeah.
We weren't going to take them.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, let's do this
I think that'd
trip
be
without
beautiful
them.
because that's where they filmed fucking Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That's why I want to
So
go
it'd be
there. I want to go to
beautiful.
Hobbiton.
Hobbiton.
Yes.
Oh, God, I'd love to go to that.
I just want to go because
even
of
that, I've got friends that are in Australia that could easily meet me over in New Zealand that we could chill with and be friends with. So my wife's business partner works in Australia, so she's always going to New Zealand because her parents live there.
Yeah.
And so it'd be fucking awesome. Just a great vacation.
We should go there and play Lord of the Rings in Hobbiton.
Oh, that would play Lord of the Rings at the Lord of the Rings. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. That'd be
in Hobbiton play.
That'd be the
Lord of the Rings. Love to go.
That'd be so fun.
We've got to get
us,
richer.
Lord of the Rings lovers. The people who love Lord of the Rings and watched every.
So we have to bring somebody other than Shay. I haven't read the books. I'm not a reader. But I like the shows. I like
movies. Shows are amazing.
All the.
But,
I fell asleep during the first one in the theater probably 4 times before.
No, my God,
I understand.
Yeah, in the theater I fell asleep 4 times because it's this dead part of this walking long trail that I could not fucking get through. And then my wife's like, "Oh, did you hear they made an extended version?" And I'm like, "Great, more nap time." Like I don't fucking know. So the second one and third one were fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I think
Two
the
Towers.
first one.
I think
that's
Two
what I
Towers
gotta
is
do
great.
because I got to the
Return
first
of the
one
King.
and I was like,
God, it's so
I'm
good,
done.
movie.
Like the first, it was because the first one.
Yeah, the first one's rough.
See, I loved the first one.
Yeah, it's a good.
Because
It's a long setup though.
Because to me, the first one is why you care about any of them in the first place. Like without the journey of the first, you don't have an affinity or a care of who the people are.
I don't know. I think you could pick up the second one and get a pretty good gist of what's going on pretty fast.
Yeah, but
as long as somebody gives you like an outline of the first one.
You don't see Boromir getting his death.
No, you don't. And there's some important things that happen in the first. I agree, but it just takes so long to set up the other two. Then the two's where the home runs happen. I mean,
Battle of Helm's Deep.
Oh, Battle of Helm's Deep is one of the best battle scenes ever.
Well, I will
in
hopefully maybe for my wife's birthday or
history.
Christmas, I will watch the second one.
Oh, the second one.
Second one's great.
I know.
The third one is even better to me. I think the third one's probably my favorite out of all 3.
And see, people hated the end because they said it was too long, and I loved it. I loved every fuck. I would have taken another half hour.
I would have. To me, it ended too fast. I think I'd take another movie almost.
Yeah, because people were like, "Oh, why did the whole ending take like 45 minutes?" And I'm like, because we just sat here and watched fucking 4 between the 3 movies. It's like we just watched fucking 12 hours of movies.
Yeah,
I want some goddamn closure because I will say they're in cinema.
Oh, you got him going. Good job.
Yeah, no, in cinema, there's nothing I hate more. This is going to be best stuff. How to end something. And I think that this is a serious problem. There's 2 things you have to nail. One, you have to nail the beginning because otherwise nobody ever watches your show or movie. 2, nail the fucking ending because if you don't, nobody ever watches it again.
See,
my problem is that they
nobody
don't
flush the back end out of a story.
Well, my problem is they're doing these series and hoping to get a second one. So the first one ends shitty, and then they're like, "Oh, then we're done. No, we don't get a second one." And then I'm like, "You can't fucking leave me hanging after I spent all this time watching it, and then now you got me hanging on a cliff on this bitch, and you kind of half-ass ended it."
Right?
Oh, I hate
that.
Like
the passion.
Okay, so I like the Mass Effect board game, and I think it's gonna be fun. But the ending of Mass Effect 3, still to this day,
Mass Effect 3 doesn't exist in my world. 1 and 2 are some of the best games ever created.
Exactly.
3 doesn't exist in my world.
3 was so
3 was
until the end.
3 was like,
the end was so
"Hey, we need more money." And then the guy in the back goes, "Well, I don't know. What do we got?" And they're like,
because all 3
we could do a Mass Effect. And they're like, "Yeah, we do good with those. Throw that name on it." And it was just a shitty game.
were the exact same but different pigment of color. That's what I.
Nope, I hated the third one. The second one was good. I kind of. The third one was
brilliant.
Fucking horrible.
But that to me is exactly the problem. Is too many things in media, especially in shows, where like the last show is like almost like an end of some like C line plot, and it's just like, oh, now the show's over. One show I think. Did you ever watch Scrubs?
No, I never got into that.
Oh my God, Scrubs is it's one of my favorite series of all time. But they have like of the main series, because then they did like a 1-year spinoff thing. But the main series had a phenomenal ending. Yeah. Because like he walks down the hallway of the hospital and like all these like C and D tier characters of people in different plots were there as he's walking out, and he's just reliving his memories in the hospital. And then he walks out and there's this screen projector, and it's like, then he's like watching the stuff that's going to happen in his future. And it kind of gives you just that closure of the character of who he's going to marry and the kid that they're having and his best friend and how his life went. And then it wraps up with the guy who actually, Bill Lawrence, who made like Ted Lasso, Scrub, all these others. Like he's like this janitor. He rips the screen down and he's like, hey, have a good night. You know, and it's just the theme song is one of the best endings. Yeah. And because it was so good, I can always go back and watch it because the ending still gets me. Where I look at Lost, and I invested so many hours into Lost.
Lost, Game of Thrones.
When you fucking fail the ending, you never want to go back. And I don't ever want to go back and watch Game of Thrones again because I don't need to, because it was such a shitty, unsatisfying.
I would watch some episodes of Game of Thrones. There were some battle scenes to where, like the Battle of the Bastards. I would watch that episode again. That was so good.
But here's the thing: like for me, I agree with you. But now you brought up Scrubs, it makes me remember of what's that show? How I Met Your Mother, which was phenomenal
until the last season.
It's not even the last season. I can be like, okay, whatever. Like it's trying to end it. It was literally the last episode.
He said he's getting into it.
Literally, the last episode. Yeah. That was like, and then I met your mother, and then but your mother, died. And then what he do? He goes back to Robin.
Yeah, he's here to bang Aunt Robin. And that was the thing, because the whole last season was about Robin and Barney getting married to just literally find out
you guys got me.
None of it mattered because they just got divorced, and now Teddy wants to plow Aunt Robin.
Go back to. I've got a problem with watching like. I still haven't gone back and watched the new Game of Thrones, like the prequel. I liked it the first season, but they spend so long getting into the second season, I lost me.
Yeah.
And then I hate when they take forever. The Boys, I love The Boys. And they take so long to do.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, well. They take so long. I'm so done with you. They take so long to do the next series of it. Like the next, it just, like, I'd lose interest. Like the last one came out and I was like, yeah, I guess I'll watch it. But I'm at the point now with shows that I'm almost like, don't bother me with this new stuff until it has a beginning and it has an ending. And then I'll watch it. I'll watch the entire thing. But unless it's a series that's been out for a while that has a really good beginning and a really good ending, like Banshee or something like that they're like, oh, you got to watch it. It's a great ride. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. I waited. I didn't even watch one episode of the guy who cooks meth, the teacher.
Breaking Bad.
I didn't watch one episode of Breaking Bad until it was all done. And it was probably a year or two after it's done. And it still kept popping up on my you need to watch. And I was like, everybody said this was really good. I guess I'll take this ride. Because I know it's done. I know there's a solid ending. I will watch all. And I binged it for a couple months. And I was like, this was really good. Like, I know what people are saying now. So I'm glad I went back and seen it. But I've got that attitude now with shows.
And that's the double-edged sword of it is, I agree with you, because I do not want to watch a show unless I know it's going to have an ending. But yet, if you don't watch the show, there's a high likelihood it's never going to get an ending because nobody watches it.
Yeah, right? Because it didn't get enough people watching it. And so you've almost broke me to break your system.
Yeah. Well, and you know what's stupid about it? That's why I've fallen in love with so many of these fucking K-dramas on Netflix.
Legit.
Because they're all 6 Korean dramas.
Really?
Yeah, they're all like 16.
They're good.
Like, no, here's the thing.
Like, name some. I don't know.
All like
we got Dream High. That was my first one.
And they're like Korean dramas?
Yeah. Yes. They're all Korean people. Yeah, and my favorite is See You in My 19th Life.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I love that one.
The Extraordinary Woo. The Extraordinary.
Yeah, my wife loves that.
Is it subtitled or is it just?
Yeah. It's all in Korean, but the subtitle.
Is there like English voiceover like thing?
No,
I don't want to read. If I want to read, I'll get a book.
It's so much better.
I watch a lot of anime, so now I'm getting back into reading stuff. So reading while watching.
I've been watching some of those like Zack Snyder kind of anime. he has a couple of them, like the Blood of Zeus, and then there's another one that's takes place in the Loki one or whatever. Yeah. Those are pretty good.
But where I was going with this is why I love them though is because they're 16 episode limited run series. So you literally get here's the beginning. All the episodes are like an hour and 10 minutes long, and every one I've watched does arguably even a little slow because they're just building all these characters out, all these different storylines, but they fulfill them all. And they bring all of their characters to a closure.
Are you crying at the end?
Some of them.
Yeah, sometimes you are.
Some of them hit. Some of them hit.
Yeah,
like legit.
They are gut punches.
And this is Korean dramas.
Yes,
Korean dramas.
K-dramas.
Now I know why North Korea blew up that border thing. Because they were like, that shit down there.
Too many feels coming over the border, guys.
Too many feelings.
We got to stop these emotions.
We got to stop all this emotion.
See, and I feel the same way with anime. Like, I do not watch, like, I am trekking Bleach right now, and I hate it because I see a lot of filler episodes. My favorite is Trigun because it's 24 episodes. We're done.
Well, I won't start One Piece. Everybody's been telling me, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. I won't start it because it's like 800 and something, 900 episodes.
1,000 plus.
Yeah. Okay.
1,000 plus.
And he still hasn't found the One Piece yet.
He still hasn't found the One Piece. But people,
and then I'm afraid that I'll watch it.
It's not about the destination. It's about the journey.
And then at the end of it, I think they say that at the end of it, they're going to be like, it was all the friendships I made along the way. That's the real gold.
Like
and I'm going to be like,
the One Piece.
But here's the thing.
Flip a table.
One Piece.
Throw the remote.
One Piece, it's a religion. I don't have the faith to watch it.
I don't want to watch it.
I don't want to.
I watched the... I broke my rule and I watched the live action.
Oh yeah,
and I was like,
I thought that was
it's
good.
okay. Yeah, I was like, this is okay. I like the characters. I like to build. But again, they're taking forever to bring out season 2. I'm going to lose interest by the time that they bring it out. Yeah. And then this show's just going to die for me because I could care less about watching it. Umbrella Academy is another one that I really enjoyed, but it took forever in between.
And then the last episode, it wasn't even the actor's fault. It was the freaking writer, the freaking Netflix that didn't give them enough episodes because it felt too rushed.
Yeah, it did.
It felt heavily too rushed.
I agree. But that's one that I could watch. They could do 30 seasons and I would watch it.
Oh yeah, I would definitely watch it.
That one, and there's a bunch of other ones out there that I can get into, and I love the world, I love the story, and they could introduce me to new characters. I don't care. I just want to be a part
like
of
Doom
that
Patrol for me on Max. Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
I watched that one. You like that one a lot? It took forever to get off the ground for me, but I finally enjoyed it.
You
kind of have you gotta have like a,
and it's so good.
Yeah.
But now going back to the topic, I hate Moon Knight because Moonlight had the worst ending whatsoever, and it pissed me off.
I stopped watching it. I kind of lost.
Well, a lot of those Marvel ones, I start watching and I'm like, this is stupid. Why am I wasting my time? And then by like the 4th episode, I am glued.
Right.
I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. This is amazing. And then usually at the end, I'm like, I want more. And they're like, we're done. Yeah. I'm like, no, please give me more.
Right.
And they're like, we got you here. We're done.
Right.
I mean, the first one, WandaVision.
Like, they get you so up there, then they're like, good job. We're done.
Yeah. WandaVision was a big one that was like, the first 2 episodes was like
first 2 or 3, you were like,
but at the end of the second episode, when you actually see the real world, that's what really kind of
it started kind of like the characters were starting to mix in, and then you were like, okay, I'm digging this, and then like you're getting, but like I haven't every time I've tried to watch Agatha, the new one, I just can't get through the first episode. I'm just like, I either fall asleep because it's that freaking boring, or I just lose interest. I start playing on my phone, and then I'm like, why am I even?
Is again another Marvel because I like it, like especially what
did you
like the new episode, like what happened at the episode beforehand, and then like, and then you realize what happened. Like, so it's good. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it gets to like.
Does it get really good?
It gets good.
I want to watch it, but again,
you probably want to watch to the end. Like,
man, Captain America, the new Captain America with what was it, Captain America and the Winter Soldier, or whatever. It was like 1 or 2 episodes, and then after that, I was like, you could take me anywhere you want to take me.
Yes.
I am buying a ticket.
Yes.
This is so good. And even when they started bringing in like my old comic book characters,
got Nemo.
Like some of those old guys that I used to love reading comic books started just kind of making cameos with them in there. And I was like, I'm sold. And I'm not a Marvel guy. I'm a DC guy.
I know.
So for me, I was like, yep, take me wherever you want, man. I'm here. And then they were like, oh, we're good. We're done. Now, if you want to see the rest, you got to go watch the new movie that's coming out.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Which I want to see it, but I'm like,
Brave New World.
Well, that's one of the biggest issues I have with anime right there is because so many of them will get you hooked, but anime is done in a way to get you hooked to go read the manga. That's their whole goal is to sell the published books.
And a lot of it is
that's why I can never get into it, I think.
No, a lot of it is like they are making the mangas and then trying to make that weekly show. They always put fillers in it because like the story of the manga could be perfect, streamlined, but since you're trying to make a like 3, 4, 5 season of it, you got to put so many fillers to make it actually work.
See,
and that's why I stop. Like the only episodes I watch is like if it's 24 to 48 episodes and I know it's done, then I'm good.
Yeah, it's hard for me to get into any of that stuff. Like I've tried Attack of the Titan, I could handle. Wasn't that bad. But it's hard for me to get into a lot of that like Japanimation stuff.
Legit.
I struggle with it. I love animation. Like you could put me on DC animation and I'm good. I could go back and watch like Justice League Unlimited for hours.
That's a classic.
Well, I'll tell you what, my
Teen
favorite,
Teen Titans. Yeah, the new one, the new Teen Titans was really good.
Yeah, I like it.
my favorite.
Young Justice, right?
Young Justice. I think. Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, Batman animation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Batman animation.
I can watch all the Batman animations.
But
they got a new one out too. Have you seen the new one? The new one's good. I've been watching it, and it's really good. They've changed some things, and people are like, "I don't like how you did that." And honestly, I don't care.
It's supposed to be like this.
I tell you what's amazing, and I broke my rule here.
Yeah.
If you're not watching it, the new Penguin.
Oh, I need to watch it.
Oh my god!
I know I need to watch it.
Colin Farrell does amazing.
I heard, but
I'm gonna be mad because they're gonna end it at a cliffhanger or something, and then you're gonna want you to go watch the movie or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna because I broke my rule. I watch it every week, and I was supposed to wait until it was done.
The one that I would really recommend to you is, and they have a good English voiceover of it.
I don't even care if it's bad. I'll watch it if it's an English voiceover. I just want to read it.
Yeah, is ReZero. That is.
But I grew up watching those ones that were like, "Go, you get out of here."
Yeah,
I grew up watching that stuff. I was like, "Oh yeah, kung fu, I'm down." Like,
So my favorite is called ReZero, and it's a genre called isekai, which is where you kind of something happens to you in this realm, and you get transported to a fantasy world type of thing.
Right.
And I'm not giving much away, but
that's a classic.
And it's a Japanime film.
Yeah, it's an animation.
It's an anime. Yeah.
There's like 54 episodes.
I'll have to watch it.
And it is.
Does it have a good ending?
It's not done yet. They're still making it.
Oh, okay.
Really?
But it's I might
be thinking something different.
Like season 3 is airing right now.
Remember?
Oh,
but the whole premise of it is, and I'm not giving anything away because like you learn it like episode 1, but. You know, like a lot of these shows when they go to these different worlds, like it's a power trope fantasy, right? Like, oh, this guy's overpowered, and you know he's reborn in this different world, and he's the most powerful thing that's ever existed. That's a very popular trope in animation, and so this guy is reborn, and he's so excited because he's like, oh, what's my superpower? And he doesn't have any, except for he can die. And then he comes back to a save point, and he has to do it again and again and again. And things happen.
Anyway, keep going.
And the thing that really gets me with the show is because the first few episodes are a little slow, as it's again kind of world building. It takes a little bit to get into, but especially by like the middle, like episodes maybe 20 through 40, especially, you become so vested with these characters, and some situations they get into, it's like it's so hopeless, and there's so many emotions that these characters go through, and the thing that I love about it is there's so much character development, and they change, and it's not just they change because they need to change for the plot. They change because things that happened to them before have caused them to become these people now, and it's all sensical. And that's the part that I just love. And there was one episode specifically, I'll never forget it. I was sitting by myself because my wife, literally, when she sees me watching it, she dies a little bit inside.
Mine too.
Yeah, but
Any watch any like any kind of animation stuff, she'll just be like, "Oh, she'll get up and go in the
Please,
other
I
room."
love
you got less attractive to me.
Spy family.
Yeah, I just she knows she knows she married a nerd. It's okay.
Hey, guess what? We're not at the bar. We're not drinking. We're literally here at midnight talking about this. But what I was gonna say is that what I absolutely love about it is one episode specifically, something happened and it came out of nowhere, and it just happened, and it's the first time watching almost any media where I literally sat there in silence, and they did a phenomenal job of when the episode was ending, it was like boom, done, and then they did one of the classic like let the screen sit there black for like 5-6 seconds before you start rolling credits, because they knew what they were doing, and you just sat there like, and I remember like an audible, and I literally by myself, nobody around, I did a.
Oh my God! Sometimes it'd be like that.
God. No. Yes. Like I slow clap myself. Like I'll never forget that moment.
And your wife was like, "Divorce papers. Yeah. You go, I'm done with you. You're slow clapping by yourself."
I slow clapped it.
Well, this has been a great episode.
I have never like clapped. Like I'll be in a theater and people end and then they'll be like, "Yeah!" and they clap. I'm never really.
There's some movies.
Just like, yeah, that's good.
At the end of Endgame. Oh, if you didn't clap when you seen after Captain America is down.
Spoilers.
If y'all haven't seen
Endgame, yeah, no shit at this point.
At this point.
And I think that's what, to kind of bring it back around, I think that's what Marvel has done better than almost any, the new Marvel has done better than anybody, is kept this world that you can live in and has all these different characters, and even did like, had success with like Black Panther, which takes place in a whole nother area of the world, and still had bigger consequences if he couldn't take care of what he had to take care of, you know, and with technology and everything else. And I think that's what made it still existed in this massive world. Now they've tried to go, oh yeah, we forgot about these guys, we're going to throw these in, and those have failed. Like the new gods and all that stuff has kind of been like, okay, whatever. Not you're too late.
Yeah.
But and then how they're going to add an X-Men, I'm excited to see.
I'm so excited.
But this world that they've built, just they let you live in it longer. Because I even like She-Hulk, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I love She-Hulk.
Like I watched it and I was like, this is corny, and then I'm like, I'm digging it.
Right.
I'm in it.
Because
like,
it was something
it
different.
Still takes place. I got to see my guy Daredevil walk in, the walk of shame.
Right.
I got to see things that I was like, okay, yeah, they're bringing characters from my world. And I think that's why like that Spider-Man was the Daredevil, or not the Daredevil, but the new one, Wolverine. And Deadpool. Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine. Why that was so excited? Because it was like a goodbye to Fox. But all the characters that I loved, where you were seeing them kind of, and I'm like, ooh, this universe where all of these live together.
And then the character that nobody knew was going to popped up.
Yeah, I loved it. Like, I absolutely loved it. The first time I watched it, I was like, I don't know if I like this. And then the second time, I was like, I'm in love.
Yeah. Are you talking about with Chris?
I am
Chris
talking.
Yeah. It's such a good show. And it's such a good movie because they did that.
Yeah.
They're already, yeah. And the new one that they're already talking about making another one, which I'm afraid they're going to beat it to death. But
that was one of the jokes I loved was when Ryan Reynolds kept throwing the
till you're 90.
And then they're like, we'll talk to you later. And he's like, till you're 90. I loved it. I was like, yep, Disney's got him. That's great.
Well, this has been an episode of Best of Ramblings and How to Make Good Media.
Yeah, right. I guess. I don't know. We got
never
lost.
stop playing.
Hey, this is going to be on Spotify.
Was that recording?
Yeah, the entire time.
The whole thing.